All right, how's it going, everybody? Today we're gonna pick up where we left off on the bike tune. We got the ECU in. So today we're gonna install it, get the bike turned over, do a little sound check, and make sure everything's good to go. Let's get into it. So first things first, we're gonna wanna take a look at the instructions that we got from Moore Mafia. They did a really good job of letting me know everything that they did to the bike, all the modifications they did to the tune, and the best way to get it installed and turned over without any issues. So we're gonna go through this step by step and hopefully everything goes good. So one of the first things we need to do is disconnect the O2 sensor. So it says here that we can unplug the sensor and we can leave it in the motorcycle. It doesn't have to be taken out, just unplugged. If we were to take it out, the best way to do that would be to replace it with a plug, because if we have just an empty hole in our exhaust, then we're gonna have a leak. We don't want that. So for right now, I'm just gonna track it down, unplug it, and then see what we got from there. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the location of the O2 sensor on the ZX-4RR, it's off on the right side on the exhaust. And to get to the plug, all you have to do is just pull back this part of the fairing and the plug is right there. So I thought it was just gonna be a quick disconnect. It's actually screwed in there. So I'm gonna go get a wrench and we're gonna pop it off. So it does look like it's either an 8 or a 10 mil. So I'm gonna give a 10 mil shot first. And I have extensions on it, so I'm gonna try and come from the front. This might save you guys from having to pull the fairing off and just cut down on time. Going through the front's not happening. Also, it is not a 10 mil. If you told me that that was gonna be a 7 mil, I would have told you were lying. But it was, so get yourself a 7 mil socket, run it in there, take it out, and now I'm gonna use a small zip tie to make sure that I get it tied back so that way it doesn't just flop around all willy-nilly, get in the way of stuff. Nobody wants that. So we're gonna zip tie it, get it out of the way. All right, now that that's done, we're gonna move on to the next part, which I think is plugging in the ECU. So according to the instructions, we unplugged the O2 sensor. So now it's disabled and it's still in the motorcycle. So now we plug it in, turn the key on for 10 seconds, turn it off for 10 seconds, start and let it idle, turn it off again, wait 10 seconds, and then it's ready to go. Awesome, easy enough. So first thing, I'm gonna plug this back in. If you guys didn't get to see the last video, the ECU is right under the tank for this bike. There's just a little bracket here in the back and 2 little pins that hold the tank in the front. So we're just gonna lift this up. And you can see right here, this is where the ECU is. So it's got a little slot here, just put it in, good to go. And then you have 2 connectors. In, in. So from there, I'm gonna put the tank back on. First, I'm gonna go from the front into the back. So it has these 2 pins. You line them up with here and you're good to go. All right, they're in. I'm not gonna worry about the back yet. There's some bracket that you're gonna install once you get the tank fully set in there, but I do need to make sure that I put the vent tube and the fuel tube back on the bike. So those are located right here on the side of the tank, off on the left side, down at the bottom underneath this fairing. So all you really gotta do, I plugged mine because I didn't want anything getting in there. I didn't want any air or anything like that. So I'm gonna unplug them and then plug the tubes back in. I didn't label mine, but You can't really mess them up because they do have two different ways of securing to the fitting. So I'm just gonna unplug my caps. Set those off to the side and then plug the tubes back on. Also, there are two different types of rubber, so there are different thicknesses and everything. Like I said, you can't really mess it up, so I trust you guys. This vent tube one's a little tough, but that should be fine. So I did disconnect my battery completely. I pulled it out of the bike just to give myself some space to pull the bracket out, but I'll plug it back in, kind of need to, or else I can't get the bike turned on. So I'm gonna put that back in the bike, plug it in, and we'll be ready to rock. So from the instructions, we turn the key on for 10 seconds, turn the key off. So we're not starting the bike yet, we're just turning it on. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn it off for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we start it and let it idle. It's also worth noting that some bikes may get a check engine light after the flash. The code is in the bike, not in the ECU. You'll have to clear the code on your own. Then it will stay gone forever if everything is correct with the bike. Some codes will go away on their own after riding the bike. Some will have to be manually cleared. So hopefully we're lucky and we don't have to get it gone. So now we're gonna start the bike, let it idle. Like you guys saw, we do have a check engine light. Hopefully it goes away, but now we're gonna turn the bike off. We're gonna go all the way off. Hopefully it clears it. Did get some idle time. So we're gonna wait 10 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And according to the instructions, we should be good to ride. So let's get that sound check. Hopefully these pops and bangs are cool. All right, so that was the sound check, and I think it sounds a lot better. It sounds like the motor's opened up more. It sounds like it's able to get more air in. It sounds like it's gonna rev a lot better and be a lot more responsive. I'm looking forward to once this snow breaks up and I can get back out on the road, actually getting time to use it, because it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. So for those of you that are wondering what all they did, we'll go down the list and I'll tell you guys. So I had my bike tuned over at Moore Mafia. So I had to ship it here from Alaska over to South Carolina. And it took probably about a week and a half to actually get it back. So it was really quick, really fast turnaround, zero issues. While they had my ECU there, everything they did was they optimized the fuel map, eliminated the O2 sensor, the EVAP, and the top speed limiter. They optimized the timing map. They set the fan temp, which this is really good because the fan kicks on at about 210. So they set it down to 195, so that way it's actually able to cool the bike before it starts getting into like weird territory. They set my rev limiter to 15.6K. They removed all restrictions, removed the para valve, disabled deceleration fuel cut, and then added the pops and bangs tune. So all of that is right here. They give you a nice readout, everything that they did. really transparent, and it wasn't too terribly expensive. I think once everything was said and done, it was about $435. So it was a good price. If I ever do anything to the bike and I need to get it tuned again, it's just like another $100 to get it retuned. So not too bad. I know there are some other companies out there that you just pay a flat fee and you'll be able to get it tuned indefinitely in the future without any additional cost. But I heard really good reviews from these guys. A bunch of people said I needed to go through them, so that's what I did. I took their advice, and based on that sound, I don't, I have to believe them. This is gonna be awesome. So, with all that said, if you guys have any questions about the process, how I removed the ECU, putting it back in, anything else, let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you think it sounds. Let me know if you have any questions, and have an awesome day. I'll see you guys later.